Solana is forecasted to climb 5.3% by June 6, Gov Capital Collector reports. Let's kick things off by looking at the latest price movement. As of now, Solana has declined by 3.4% in the last 24 hours and is hovering near $67.83. Let's look at the forecast from each analyst. Coin Price Forecast expects the price to reach $68.42 by June 6, which would be a gain of nearly 0.8%. CoinLore expects Solana to trade higher towards $69.67, an estimated rise of 2.7%. Digital Coin Price points out the chance of reaching $70.21, a projected gain of 3.5%. Another forecast released by Gov Capital Collector notes Solana could push towards $71.42, an estimated gain close to 5.3%. Finally, Crypto Predictions targets $73.62 by June 6, which is 8.5% higher than now. This forecast has the highest return potential among those considered. We've looked at 5 different projections. Let's continue. Forecasts reviewed. Here's what each implies in figures. Taking all projections into consideration, the likely price movement is between a rise of 0.8% and an increase of 8.5%, depending on the analyst. So, it turns out Crypto Predictions offers the highest projected return with 8.5% gain in value by tomorrow. This means you could earn between $8 and $85 for every $1 to $1,000 you invest. When we look at the odds, Coin Price Forecast takes the top with a 85.2% chance of success. From the 5 analysts' forecasts, I've outlined one combined consensus scenario. With all forecasts combined, the consensus places Solana near $70.67. Here's how it looks in detail. Consensus outlook shows the price advancing by 4.2%. That forecast suggests your capital might also gain by 4.2%. If you used $1,000 here, the move might show a potential profit of around $42. The likelihood of the consensus projection materializing stands close to 51.2%. Here we go. Let's see what kind of short-term moves analysts are forecasting across the 3-day period. Coin Price Forecast indicates that Solana could keep climbing. Also, CoinLore sees the chart tilted toward growth. Likewise, Digital Coin Price highlights that Solana could head higher. Additionally, Gov Capital Collector expects strength on the upside. Meanwhile, Crypto Predictions signals a likely move upward. Looking at all the views combined, the consensus indicates Solana is expected to follow an upward path in the near term. All in all, the 5 forecasts converge, pointing to growth for Solana. From this overview, the majority conclusion is that Solana will lean upward over the coming 3 days. 2 days ago, 5 forecasts were posted. Let's find out how close they came. As a result, the day wrapped up at $68.87. The majority of analysts turned out correct about the direction. 30 rates had the most spot on prediction. Now it's time to go through the results systematically. A total of 2 predictions ended up inside the daily range. For ROI, multiple analysts stayed in the green, with 30 rates leading at 9.9%. Here's the daily summary. How every forecast actually worked out. Looking at the summary, CoinDataFlow registered 6.2% ROI and accuracy. Look over the numbers. Which forecast do you think held up best? And now we can observe how the predicted returns for tomorrow differ across a few assets. Solana doesn't take first place here since Toncoin leads with an expected gain of 5.6%. At the moment, Solana is reviewed with 4 cryptocurrencies, but a full comparison featuring many others is already live on my website. If you don't want to miss tomorrow's update, hit subscribe and stay ahead. Bye folks!